This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, friends. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. 6 o'clock on this Monday morning. Let's get the forecast for the week from meteorologist John Scalzi. Hey, John.
Hi, breezy. Tie your hats down this day.
Oh, thanks.
Absolutely.
Good to know.
Yeah, we're looking for wind speeds actually to be pretty close to 20, 25 miles per hour later on in the afternoon. So real wind under the hat this afternoon. We'll look for small craft advisory, small craft exercise caution statements to be up for our area waters. A lake wind advisory, which is basically an exercise caution statement for inland bodies of water, later on today as well. Plus, rip current advisories because of those strong onshore winds. We have some cloud cover out in Gulf waters. That cloud cover will be around throughout the day today. That'll help hold our temperatures down just a little bit as well. Not much in the way of rainfall under those clouds, but if you look at the forecast wind speeds, put that into motion and take it through this evening, you'll see that those winds are picking up significantly because of a cold front moving through. Now, that cold front won't have much in the way of any colder air, but it will have some drier air. And after today, you can forget about the chance of rain for the rest of the work week. Daytime highs top out near the 80-degree mark today, and we'll have, as I mentioned, a fair amount of clouds. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, John. This hour's random slowdown is on State Road 64 heading westbound. A little slowdown there for some reason just off the interstate. Otherwise, pretty clear right now in Manatee County, farther south into Sarasota County. We'll see a little bit of slowdown in either direction on Bee Ridge Road around the construction project there. Also 41 southbound as you approach Bee Ridge Road. Watch the traffic cameras there. I learned that firsthand. Also a slowdown on Siesta Key at this early hour. Strange. Otherwise, all clear at 6:01 as you wake up on this Monday morning. Topping our news this hour, North Korea says it's ready to take out a U.S. aircraft carrier heading toward the Korean peninsula later on this week.
That threat continues the consistently combative tone coming from North Korea in recent weeks. And this comes just a day after a U.S. citizen was detained at Pyongyang International Airport. Jeremy Roth has details on the increasing tensions between the two nations.
We have a potential crisis brewing with North Korea.
Policymakers in the U.S. sounding the alarm following the release of an editorial in a Pyongyang newspaper Sunday. The paper claims North Korea is prepared to sink a U.S. aircraft carrier group conducting drills near the Philippines, and that it has weapons which can reach the continental U.S., claims that cannot be confirmed.
The minute North Korea gets a missile that could reach the United States and put a weapon on that missile, a nuclear weapon, the instant that happens, this country is at grave risk.
Pentagon spokesman Gary Ross released a statement Sunday calling on the isolated communist nation to, quote, refrain from destabilizing actions and rhetoric. President Trump has since been in contact with Chinese President Xi Jinping and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe over the rising threat.
We must do almost whatever it takes, just about anything, to prevent Kim Jong-un from acquiring a nuclear capability he can deliver against the mainland of the United States of America.
Adding to the tension is Kim Sang-duk, an American detained Saturday at Pyongyang International Airport. He'd been teaching at a local university, and it's not clear why he was detained. Kim is the third American in North Korean custody. I'm Jeremy Roth, reporting.
So Japanese destroyers have been holding joint drills with the USS Carl Vinson aircraft carrier in the Western Pacific, and South Korea is now in talks to join those drills.
Now to the latest in France. Following the first round of their political election, for the first time in decades, voters have rejected France's main political parties, opting instead for two outsiders in a runoff for the French presidency. If exit estimates are correct, Emmanuel Macron and Marine Le Pen will now advance to the second round of voting, while left-wing Jean-Luc Mélenchon and Republican candidate François Fillon were effectively tied for third place. No candidate won a majority, so a runoff election will be held May 7th.
New details and a big story from last week. Bill O'Reilly will continue his No Spin News in a podcast. Starting tonight, he'll be available to premium subscribers of his website. The Fox network fired their top-rated host last week after a number of allegations by colleagues of sexual harassment.
Happening today, former NFL star and convicted murderer Aaron Hernandez will be laid to rest in Connecticut. The former New England Patriots tight end was found hanging from a bedsheet in a Massachusetts prison cell last week, just days after he was found not guilty in a double murder trial. Hernandez was already serving a life sentence without parole for the 2013 murder of his former friend, Odin Lloyd. A judge now wants all evidence connected to Hernandez's death preserved, as his family may sue for negligence over his prison suicide.
A recall, not really a scam. Campbell's is recalling more than 4,000 pounds of mislabeled chicken soup. Instead, they contain a type of Italian-style wedding soup with spinach and meatballs in chicken broth. The USDA has announced the Class 1 recall mainly because of the presence of milk and other potential allergens. The department says there have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions so far. The recalled product has been shipped to retailers in Florida.
And you'll want to check your cabinets as well. Another recall alert for hash browns that are being recalled because, get this, they may contain pieces of golf balls. The frozen Southern style hash browns are sold in 9 states under Harris Teeter and Roundy's brands. The producer, McCain Foods, say some golf ball materials may have been accidentally harvested with the potatoes. The company says eating the hash browns can lead to choking, but so far there have been no reports of injury.
Florida's gas prices hit a 20-month high last week. The state average reached $2.47 on Friday. That's the highest daily average since back in August of 2015. Prices declined fractions of a penny over the weekend. The good news is, though, AAA predicts falling oil and gas prices should pump prices lower later on this week. An investigation is now underway after a girl was shot and killed at a South Florida park and ride facility. Her father says his daughter went to a birthday party and then hours later he received the phone call. Police say someone began shooting at a group of women at the Golden Glades Park and Ride. Several others were injured. The shooting remains under investigation.
A follow-up now on the wildfires happening across the state and right here on the Suncoast. All evacuation orders have been lifted in Collier County, Polk County, and Lee County for 3 separate wildfires. As of Sunday, officials say the Collier County fire has been 50% contained. That fire grew as large as 5,500 acres, destroying 9 homes, 2 vehicles, and 2 sheds. Meanwhile, another fire sparked on Thursday just south of Golden Gate Boulevard, causing another blaze 350 acres in size. That fire has also been fully contained. Fire officials say the rain over the weekend was a large factor in their fight to control the fire, and they hope the weather will continue to assist.
Monday, we're looking at strong winds out of the west, pushing the fire in a different direction should it break out or should we get a new fire from the possible thunderstorms that are out there. So we do have active crews out there working with heavy equipment out in the area. We're going to continue to monitor the situation, take active efforts out there, and keep working forward to control this fire.
The fire in Polk County is now 75% contained, and fire units in Lee County have completely cleared their scene. And Florida Governor Rick Scott is on his way to Argentina for a trade mission organized by the state's Embattled Economic Development Agency. This is Scott's 13th trip abroad before he became governor in 2011. The governor calling the trip a way to open doors for Florida-based companies seeking businesses abroad. The trip was organized by Enterprise Florida, which some lawmakers in the Florida House want to dismantle. He has previously traveled to the South American countries of Brazil and Chile, as well as numerous other countries. He is expected to return to Florida on Thursday. Meanwhile, a trailblazing female astronaut will receive a congratulatory call from President Trump today. Peggy Whitson will set a new U.S. record for spending most cumulative days in space. Astronaut Jeff Williams held that record previously, spending 534 days in the orbit. Whitson is currently doing her 3rd long-duration stint on the International Space Station. She's also the only woman to serve as a station commander twice. President Trump's daughter Ivanka will join the phone call from the Oval Office today, along with the NASA astronaut Kate Rubins.
And an 8-year-old cancer patient had a very special night this past weekend. Elliot Burgos was taken to the prom at Mason City High School in Iowa. The idea came from his older brother and his girlfriend, who wanted to do something special for little Elliot. He was also crowned the king of the prom while he was there. For Elliot, going to the prom was also a gesture to his older brother Cameron.
Cameron didn't want to, so I helped him.
It just brings, a smile to his face and everybody here to support him.
Well, sad to report, chemotherapy is not working, but he was recently accepted into a clinical trial where doctors will use the measles virus to try and fight off those cancer cells. Well, a nice night for the king of the prom up there in Iowa.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So windy out there today, huh, John?
Very, very windy. In fact, we have several advisories up, all related to wind and sea interaction. So that'll be with us today. Plus, we have a slightest little chance of maybe a sprinkle today. We'll talk all about that in a few.
All right.
Well, coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, how one man is fighting to keep his music choices private after alleging a popular headphone company is spying on his listening habits. We'll tell you who he's now taking to court.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The Wild Broadway series at the Players Center brings you the classic farce, Boeing, Boeing. It's the 1960s, and our swingin' bachelor is juggling 3 beautiful stewardesses from 3 competing airlines. But what happens when Boeing produces a faster plane? Comedy ensues. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. Opening April 26th, it's Boeing, Boeing.
Giulia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
We're starting off the morning humid. As you walk out the door, you'll kind of feel the somewhat oppressive quality in the air. That's because of the dew point value coming in at 66, very high this morning. We have a dew air temperature rather of 73 and kind of a mix of starry skies and passing clouds. I think we'll deal with a lot of cloud cover throughout the day today because of a cold front approaching. And that's already kicking up the wind speeds. We've had some wind speeds between about 10 and 15 throughout the morning hours, which is not the normal for the morning hours when, generally speaking, we have kind of quiescent weather conditions, very quiet and calm wind speeds. But that's just a signal that later on this afternoon, those wind speeds will increase further, and we will start to see some gusts in excess of 20 miles an hour, I think, later today. Lake wind advisories up for all our interior waterways. 69 degrees Wauchula, 70 Arcadia, 70 in Myakka. You get closer to the water, though, and that onshore wind flow, increasing the humidity, increasing the overnight low temperature, 73 in Inglewood, Venice, Sarasota, 74 degrees, Longboat Key. Along the coastline, we have rip current advisories, and small craft need to exercise caution today. There's our cloud cover. We'll be dealing with that today as the winds coming in off that Gulf waters kind of picks up the moisture and creates these low-hanging clouds. You know, you look at that and you say, we're going to get some rainfall, but not so much. Underneath that, high pressure is building in, and the frontal boundary itself has all of its energy located well to the north. That's where there is the potential for some severe weather along the mid-Atlantic states, particularly North and South Carolina. I'll show you that in just a second. As that low exits the Atlantic coast, high pressure builds in, winds come in out of the northwest, and it will be a very, very breezy afternoon. Weather highlights shape up like this, just an isolated shower possible. The winds aloft are bringing in some very dry air, so there's just not much of a chance to produce much in the way of rainfall with this front. Winds will be picking up as the front sinks south, and we'll look for days in a row of low humidity, lots of sunshine, actually very pleasant weather over the next several days, only it will exacerbate the fire danger across the state of Florida. We have this line of showers that built earlier on this morning, and then it kind of just fell apart. The frontal boundary itself not having much rainfall potential for us and currently across the region. For your drive time this morning, shouldn't be too much of a problem with rainfall. Maybe an isolated shower moving on to Anna Maria and Holmes Beach. But again, total rainfall amounts, not all that great. And once those showers come away from the Gulf waters and move over land, moisture supply is cut off and those rain showers die out pretty quickly. You want rain? Boy, try the mid-Atlantic. There's going to be some heavy weather there over the next 12 hours or so as that low moves out into the Atlantic. Maybe 6-inch plus rainfalls there. And getting some pretty good rainfall in parts of North Carolina as well. So the Charlotte Airport, the Raleigh-Durham Airport could see airport delays today. And there is a threat along those coastal regions, a marginal threat of some severe weather, particularly gusty winds and hail as well. So across our region, we'll be lucky to see any rain showers, certainly no thunderstorms, and there's the reason why. That's a very dramatic water vapor image of the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. That tan color is the dry air, and when that comes in, you're just not going to get rain. Expect to see lots of sunshine as we have plenty of dry air upstream. As far as the rainfall futurecast goes, you know, a couple of showers work their way through around lunchtime today, perhaps, and then we start to dry out, and we'll be dry the rest of the week. The boating forecast calls for increasing wind speeds, though. Watch out for that, boaters. Small craft exercise caution today. 2 to 5 foot seas and choppy on bay and inland waters. I should say 2 building to 5 foot seas later on this afternoon. So we'll look for some pleasant weather in the days ahead. Low relative humidity, plenty of sunshine, nice crisp mornings, and as we head into the weekend, rising temperatures coming our way. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County, you can see an increase in the northbound lanes of 301, also the eastbound lanes of 70. Other than that, no accidents to really report throughout that region. I-75 looking clear as we head into Sarasota County. Really no congestion on the roadways there, only on Bee Ridge Road, seeing a little bit of congestion towards 41. But as we head into South County, pretty quiet as well, just the normal pickup throughout Venice on Business 41 at 6:18 on your Monday morning.
An unusual story here. A Chicago man has filed a lawsuit claiming his noise-canceling headphones spied on him.
Interesting. Well, Megan Dwyer has the story.
I'm kind of terrified every time I pick them up.
Kyle Zach says he spent $350 to buy noise-canceling headphones that would give him privacy, not take it away.
Everyone's heard of Bose. You know, it's like, you know, it's up there with Boeing or Apple products. It's just brand recognition, and they had the best noise-canceling technology.
Bose markets the headphones by claiming they are so good, nothing should come between you and your music.
I felt very spied upon because this is such a massive amount of very specific information.
Zach's lawsuit claims when people plug their headphones into the Bose app, Bose knows everything you listen to.
That means songs, that means audiobooks and podcasts.
and then it sends it on down the line to data miners.
Your music speaks so much to your personality. Are you listening? Is it on and off? But the songs, the artists, the podcasts, the titles, how long you're listening to it, when you're listening to it.
And that means your political affiliation, even your sexuality, very private information, could be up for grabs.
Just because you have given me a product doesn't mean you get to know everything about me all the time.
The lawsuit claims Bose has violated the Federal Wiretap Act and the Illinois eavesdropping law.
A lot of companies are using these types of everyday products to gather information about people.
Zach says he isn't hiding anything. He just wishes Bose had asked their customers for permission, especially because what they were selling him was the idea of silence and seclusion.
No one is losing privacy. People are taking your privacy. Don't let them. Educate yourself.
The lawsuit is asking for more than $5 million in damages. Bose posted a statement to its customers on its website addressing the lawsuit and calling it misleading. They say the Bose app collects standard things to make your experience and their products better. But if you don't use the app, they don't collect any information.
He's really perspiring during the whole thing, too.
Kind of nervous about the whole spying incident, I suppose.
Bose would say about me, that man likes a wide range of music.
I'm actually surprised with your knowledge of well-known, artists.
I was a disc jockey in my previous career, so I do know a lot of music. Yeah. 6:21 still ahead. The latest on the teenage girl who disappeared with her teacher for weeks.
What her family is now sharing and why they're speaking out. We'll have that story coming up.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC7?
I like ABC7 because it's local. It gives me all the local news. The local news, local weather. It's so local and so community driven. Kelly Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful. Stephanie's my favorite.
I like Scott Dennis. I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can own one for just $24,999. Or get one of America's longest lasting pickups and save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
We begin with a peaceful shot there of Lemon looking south toward the beautiful parking garage on State Street. Don't see much wind right now, but John Scalzi says tie your bonnet on extra tight today, Jacqueline.
Bonnet. Do I look like I wear a bonnet?
Bonnet? No?
Yes, that's what I wear every day.
Oh, well, worth a try. Welcome back, 624 right now.
Well, the father of a Tennessee girl who disappeared for a month is now speaking out.
ABC's Eva Pilgrim has the story.
It's just amazing to finally get to see her.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Anthony Thomas relieved to have his daughter back. 15-year-old Elizabeth missing for over a month. Her former teacher, 50-year-old Tad Cummins, in FBI custody, facing federal charges for kidnapping the teen.
It's been a roller coaster for her.
Now, new details about how the teen spent those final days with Cummins at this remote cabin. Getting her back, her father says, is just the first step in a long journey ahead.
She's going to actually need trauma therapy.
To see her struggling with all of this now as a dad.
It's very hurtful, and I'm sure as it goes along, we're going to find out more and more things that have been done to her, and it's very heartbreaking.
And we'll have a live report from Tennessee coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, Nashville.
Depression is a tangle of multiple symptoms. That's why there's Trintellix, a prescription medication for depression. Trintellix may help you take a step forward in improving your depression. Tell your healthcare professional right away if your depression worsens or you have unusual changes in mood, behavior, or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults. Do not take with MAOIs. Tell your healthcare professional about your medications, including migraine, psychiatric, and depression medications, to avoid a potentially life-threatening condition. Increased risk of bleeding or bruising may occur, especially if taken with NSAID pain relievers, aspirin, or blood thinners. Manic episodes or vision problems may occur in some people. May cause low sodium levels. The most common side effects were nausea, constipation, and vomiting. Trintellix had no significant impact on weight in clinical trials. Ask your healthcare professional about Trintellix.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the #1 car brand in safety, and all Subaru models with EyeSight are a 2017 IIHS Top Safety Pick. And you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, how a Bradenton neighborhood is responding after dozens of racist flyers show up outside their home.
Plus, why thousands were marching for science both here on the Suncoast and around the world.
And why a piece of artwork in the Newtown community is under fire on social media. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, 6:30. Beautiful shot of the horizon as you wake up on this Monday morning.
That is gorgeous. I love that shot.
Like a painting, isn't it?
I know. We got to get these framed from now on. We should start taking screen grabs of them and getting framed.
Let's take that van off. 6:30. Good morning. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Not too bad of a work week shaping up. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, you know, that was a pretty tower cam. There's a whole area of art appreciation that's devoted to the clouds and weather that are depicted in great masters' works of art. So it's kind of neat to see those clouds rolling in. We see it on our satellite view right now as well. Those satellite view showing the low kind of clouds moving into the area. And we'll be dealing with that throughout the day today, kind of beating back those clouds. And the clouds will help to kind of keep our temperatures a little bit cooler. Satellite view showing those clouds rolling in over Gulf waters, riding on a general northwesterly wind. The winds will be breezy today, but under the clouds, just not much in the way of rainfall. We got one light shower ongoing around areas of Holmes Beach, but boy, it's pretty light and it won't last long. As far as the fire danger index goes, it is slightly reduced as of today, the forecast fire danger index, because of the weekend's rainfall, but it won't take long for that to bounce right back. As far as the day planner goes, expect a high near 80. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, John. Let's check the roads right now. A little build up, and let's take 301 northbound around State Road 70. Already crowded there this morning. Farther south now into Sarasota County. That's a very odd slowdown there on Siesta Key. You'll see something heading toward the Stickney Point Bridge. For some reason already it's crowded there this morning. No idea why. Farther south now into Sarasota County. Some slowdowns on 41 southbound, otherwise all clear at 6:32.
A neighborhood in Bradenton is concerned this morning after dozens of flyers reading White Lives Matter showed up outside their homes.
Our Erica Jackson spoke to residents and an attorney about this situation.
Several Bradenton residents are still in shock after finding dozens of plastic bags scattered across several blocks. Inside of the bags, several rocks and pieces of paper sharing the message, White Lives Matter.
Once I read the message, I just didn't even know how to dispose of it. That's how bothersome it was to me.
Inside the homes on 28th Street West in Bradenton live families of different races and ethnicities, some Caucasian, Hispanic, and African American. Many now afraid to show their identities, telling us they are disturbed by these flyers found outside their doors Easter morning.
I was kind of horrified, saddened, just disbelief that people actually feel this way.
The packets containing a URL leading to this website for the group Endangered Souls. In a statement to ABC7, the group says this stigma has got to change, and we are trying to make being a proud white person socially acceptable. ACLU cooperating attorney Andrea Flynn Mogensen says they may be littering, but they are not violating any laws with their message.
Even messages that are unpopular or go against the grain, for most of us, are protected. If it crosses over into hate speech, where instead of promoting one's own race, it's against another race, then that's a different story.
Neighbors hope whoever distributed these flyers can look past what's on the outside and know everyone is the same on the inside.
I just don't understand the hate like that just because of a color. White is a color. To me, you know, we're all a color.
Another neighbor tells us this isn't the first time that she received a flyer like this on her front lawn. She said that she received another one a few months back, but she tossed it in the trash immediately. Reporting from Bradenton, Erica Jackson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Erica, thank you so much. A Bradenton family yet to return to their home after a woman drove through their neighbor's lawn and then through their garage. The Bradenton police were called to the scene at about 2 p.m. on Sunday after an elderly woman suffered a medical issue and blacked out. Officials guess that she lost control of the vehicle about a block away from the home, hitting bushes, another car, and driving through several lawns in this residential neighborhood near Southern Parkway West until she finally crashed into the home.
We have the building official coming out just to more than likely deem the building unstable and no one could inhabit it at this time. The family here that was staying, they have local family that they're going to stay with for the time being.
The woman driving that car only suffered minor injuries but was transported to the hospital for evaluation.
You might have seen them Saturday morning. Thousands marched for science locally, nationwide, and also around the world. Some U.S. scientists are concerned that President Trump's budget cuts will impact research and science-based policy. Many of their signs reference global warming. March organizers say this is the first step in a global movement to defend the vital role science plays in our health and safety.
We are marching today to remind people everywhere, our lawmakers especially, of the significance of science for our health and prosperity. The process of science has enabled humankind to discover the laws of nature. This understanding has in turn enabled us to feed and care for the world's billions.
Marches were held worldwide, from Ireland to Tokyo to South Africa. And here on the Suncoast, hundreds took part to the streets of Sarasota to add their voice to the movement. The group marched from 5 Points Park to J.D. Hamill Park, all to raise awareness.
Nothing speaks the truth like science. We need science. It's what makes society move forward, and it's what keeps our country and our world civilized.
Especially lately, there's been a lot of energy in social justice movements and things like that in Sarasota, which has been great, and so that's why we brought it here. But it is happening all around the world, which is so cool to be part of something so big.
Organizers say they were inspired by the National Women's March in Washington.
A piece of artwork meant to illustrate a changing landscape in the Newtown community is under fire on social media. Sarasota architect Jerry Sparkman created the piece for the Venice Architecture's Human Tales on Refrigerator Doors exhibit. The door, titled The Face of MLK, appears to show syringes, small plastic bags filled with white powder, speakers, and basketball shoes. Sparkman says he paired objects from Ringling College of Art and Design with found objects from the neighborhood, seeming to suggest that the drug paraphernalia was found in Newtown. The artwork has been on display locally since the beginning of April, and Sparkman could not be reached for comment. Dozens of organizations on the Suncoast are working together to support and help homeless veterans get back on their feet. The Florida Housing Coalition have made a step toward that direction, presenting its homeless crisis response plan. The city is working with the organization to find permanent housing for chronically homeless adults and specifically focusing on the needs of homeless veterans. More than 160 veterans received individual help, at Saturday's annual stand down, where they were able to take advantage of resources like employment, medical, and housing services, as well as speak with some representatives from the VA.
It's an event for homeless to come down and be able to take advantage of maybe getting some needed supplies, whether it's a pair of socks or some food, both, a pair of boots, just things to help get through everyday life.
Saturday's event was all for veterans, including those with permanent housing. Legal aid was also available, and some veterans were able to help clear their records of misdemeanors. That event took place in Payne Park, as well as the Southeastern Guide Dogs Walkathon, which I was able to MC this weekend. And I was telling people it was beautiful at around 9 o'clock in the morning, and then those clouds slowly started to roll in throughout that Saturday morning. So.
Drizzle followed in the afternoon Saturday.
It did. That's kind of what happens this morning as well. We've got the clouds that have now kind of rolled in, and they'll be with us on and off throughout the day today, and maybe even a little bit of drizzle or some patchy rainfall around lunchtime. But boy, it's all worth it considering what's ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll like the forecast.
The rain bucket is dry. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, find out which movie had another big box office weekend.
And what major milestone its total is about to reach. Stay with us.
Watch ABC7's Osprey Cam on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Opera TV. And get an exclusive bird's eye view of Sarah and Soda, our own resident Osprey couple. With ABC7's state-of-the-art high-definition Osprey Cam with night vision, you'll get an up-close and personal look at all the Osprey action live 24/7. And you might just be the first to spot an egg. Search ABC7 on your streaming device. Download the free ABC7 channel app and click on Osprey Cam.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
Is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
My yard, it's overgrown, it's out of control, it's a huge problem.
I showed Randy our entire line of outdoor power equipment. We have everything he needs.
Ace is the place that lets you clear land like a modern-day pioneer. Yeah!
Don't miss these April Red Hot Buys. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So kind of a changing weather pattern, evolving as we even speak now. We're watching wind speeds coming in at about 10 to 15 throughout the morning hours. West at about 10 currently. We'll see those wind speeds, almost double as we head into the afternoon because we have a cold front kind of inching its way closer, and that's going to tighten up the pressure gradient across the region. Dew points are still high, coming in at 66. Feels a little sticky and a little humid out there. Air temperature coming in at 73. And we have some clouds that are rolling into the region as we speak. 69 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca. And then as you head closer to the coastline, those strong onshore winds bringing us a little bit warmer temperatures. 74 at Longboat Key, 73 in Sarasota, 73 in Venice, and 73 in Inglewood, with Punta Gorda coming in at 70, or Northport rather, coming in at 71 and 70 in Punta Gorda. So the onshore wind flow has been with us throughout the day today, and I think it'll probably be the case tomorrow as well. However, the Mote Marine spotters at various area beaches all indicate no red tide toxins in the air, and that will probably be true right straight through the next couple of days. I think that's awesome. A little bit of cloud cover out in Gulf waters, that caused by that winds just coming in off the Gulf waters and bringing us moisture-enriched air at lower levels of the atmosphere. So these are low-hanging clouds, but underneath of them, because the air aloft, the air above the clouds is dry, we're just not getting much in the way of rainfall. High pressure builds in back behind this departing low pressure area. Most of this front's energy is located to the north along the mid-Atlantic, and there could be some very heavy rainfall there today. You can see 6-inch plus rainfalls in the Carolinas. Then as that low exits the region, it drags this cold front through our area. By later on today, it'll probably clear the entire state of Florida, lying through the Florida Straits. High pressure builds in, winds whip out of the northwest. Small craft advisories, lake wind advisories, rip current advisories, all because of the water and wind interaction across the region. So isolated showers because very thin cloud layer. Winds picking up very significantly later on in the afternoon. And then afterwards, days of low humidity air and lots of sunshine. So it'll be very pleasant in terms of the sensible feel of the atmosphere, but unfortunately will also dry us out again after that little spritz of rainfall and higher humidity that we had over the weekend led to some slightly reduced fire danger indexes across the region. But we'll be watching those fire danger indexes go back up again over the days ahead. A few scattered showers out in the Gulf. Look for some mid-morning through around lunchtime rain showers. Got a few spotty areas of sprinkles in areas around Anna Maria, Holmes Beach, maybe central Longboat Key. Might see a splash of showers. The appreciable rainfall totals are negligible with this particular system. So not a drought buster, unfortunately. But as I mentioned, along the mid-Atlantic, there could be airport delays at the Raleigh, Durham, and Charlotte airports because of the heavier weather there. The water vapor imagery, I think, is my favorite image of the day. And that is all of this tan color being dry air sinking across the state of Florida, drawn in by this upper level low. That assures us several days in a row of sunshine and lower humidities at the surface as well. So that's true starting probably tomorrow, I think. As far as the boating forecast goes, not so good today. We do have a exercise caution statement issued by the Weather Service for all our area waters and the lake wind advisory, basically a type of small craft advisory for inland waterways. Northwest wind increasing to about 15 to 20 knots will bring you 2 building to 5 foot seas today and choppy conditions on your bay and inland waters. Forecast over the week ahead looks great. Lots of sunshine, low humidity for several more days. And then as we head into the weekend, the temperatures will start to rise just a little bit into the upper 80s. Some places will even hit 90. Back to you guys.
Ooh, man, sounds like a hot week shaping up. Thanks so much, John. Taking a look at Suncoast traffic, you can expect some slowdowns throughout Manatee County. Looks like State Road 70 in both directions is seeing a little bit of congestion as we head into Sarasota County. I-75 looking clear, though, as we head throughout that region. In Sarasota County, it is pretty quiet, just the normal pickup on your morning commute at 647 Bee Ridge Road in both directions, seeing a little bit of increase, as well as we head into South County, pretty clear, rather, throughout that region. No accidents to report on this Monday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, do you want to live longer or reduce your risk of cancer and heart disease?
Yes. Scientists say the solution could come from your morning commute. Speaking of that, a team of researchers studied over 250,000 commuters in the UK. The 5-year study shows cycling took no willpower once it became part of your routine, unlike going to the gym. So they say regular cycling can cut the risk of cancer and heart disease by 45%. They say it's also much better for you than just walking.
Which is some great news. There's a lot of avid cyclers around here. I don't know necessarily if they go to ride to work in it, but
no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, in entertainment news, movie star Chris Pratt is now forever a part of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Pratt was honored with a star over the weekend, joined by family, friends, co-workers, and a crowd of fans. Pratt was introduced by his wife, actress Anna Faris, who gave an emotional speech thanking him for all that he does for her. Pratt also thanked his family.
The investigation continues after a fire damaged the first home of Elvis Presley in Memphis. A plaque out front says he bought the house back in 1956, 1 year before he went to Graceland. What a change that was. Now the place has been used for a music education foundation. Fire officials say the fire began in a living room wall outlet.
And The Fate of the Furious dominated the box office for the second straight week. It grossed $38.7 million after it smashed global box office records last week with $532.5 million opening. At number 2, The Boss Baby, the story of an infant with a surprisingly adult-like persona, raked in $12.8 million, while Disney's remake of Beauty and the Beast held on to third for the 6th weekend.
All right, 6:49 right now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Sarasota Magazine and PNC Wealth Management present the Best of Sarasota Soiree at Selby Gardens on April 24th.
It's an evening to sip, savor, and celebrate Sarasota Manatee's best of winners.
This year will be full of Warhol-inspired surprises, entertainment, and a tribute to those representing the best in our community.
Come join ABC7 for all the fun.
Get your tickets today at SarasotaMagazine.com.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
Well, I think there are other actually criminal things that people have to worry about, so I think focusing our energy on stuff like that would be a step in the right direction.
Florida voters approved the use of medical marijuana, but is the state making it too difficult and way too expensive for those who need it the most? I'm Alan Cohn with why some people say they simply can't afford it.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Welcome back, 6:52 on this Monday. Here are a look at the top local stories we're following for you on the Suncoast.
Cleanup is underway on Southern Parkway in Bradenton after a driver lost control and drove through a garage. Police believe the elderly driver had a medical episode. No one was injured inside the house, and the driver's injuries were minor.
And reaction continues over flyers in Bradenton that include the phrase "White Lives Matter." An ACLU attorney says it is not illegal, though.
And the $100,000 Sarasota Open was won by a 19-year-old American from Maryland named Francis Tiafoe. He was the same player on the court last week when some amorous neighbors delayed a match, making worldwide news.
And taking a look at Suncoast traffic, looks like an increase in both directions on State Road 70. Also 301 as you head south, moving into Sarasota County. Not a whole lot going on, pretty quiet throughout the region. Some pickup on 41 as well as Clark Road as you head to I-75. I-75 once again looking clear as you head into South County. Pretty quiet throughout there, just the normal pickup on Business 41 on your morning commute. John?
A frontal boundary moving through today will whip up the winds just a little bit. I think we'll probably see some maybe 20, 25 mile an hour winds over land at some point during the day today. And that's led to several advisories, small craft exercise caution statement. There's a rip current advisory. There's an inland lake wind advisory. This frontal boundary that's moving through won't kick off much rainfall. Put in about a 20% chance of a little patchy drizzle. That's mostly during the morning hours and into the early afternoon. Then after that, a prolonged period of beautiful weather. We'll have low relative humidity, plenty of sunshine, and not much chance of rain. Increasing temperatures, though, as we head toward the end of the week.
All right, thank you, John. Finally, a dog's potty break led to a truck accident.
Uh-oh.
A tractor-trailer hauling fertilizer crashed into a ditch in Iowa. The driver said his dog had to go to the bathroom. The driver tried to pull over and wound up overturning the truck on the side of the highway. A hazmat unit responded to the incident. Fortunately, no one was hurt in this accident.
Finally, before we head off for the show, I want Ray to tell y'all about this story that is so heartwarming, so touching out of the Sarasota Open.
Well, the fellow that won, a 19-year-old, we just talked about, Francis Tiafo, his father was the maintenance man at a tennis facility in Maryland. And they were homeless, and they lived in the facility. They'd stay in the massage room or wherever they could stay.
Right.
And he would go out, Francis would, as a young boy, and watch the other kids getting tennis lessons. And occasionally he'd join in and then go hit against the wall and apply what he had overheard. What do you know? He became very, very, very good. Now he's in the top 100 in the world. He won the Sarasota Open yesterday. He's ranked 85th in the world. And his father was present for yesterday's big victory.
How great is that?
His first time seeing him play in the tournament, and he won it in Sarasota yesterday. He's off to Paris to play in the French Open next. It's a movie.
It really is.
It really is.
I mean, the power and determination of his willpower is just amazing, you know.
19 years old. 19 years old.
That's a kid you want to win.
Exactly.
Oh, I know it. The crowd was pulling for him yesterday. It was interesting. All right. Enjoy your Monday, folks.
Stick around. Good Morning America coming up next.